Good morning and good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for connecting with us today. I'm Marina Marchetti. I'm the head of sector of the gender and non-discrimination sector in DEVCO. And I'm here with Marina, with Giulia and Benedetta. They will introduce themselves in a few minutes. We decided to organize this webinar to introduce you to the new Gender Action Plan 2016-2020 and on how to implement it. This session is essentially aiming at the gender focal person because we would like to help them to familiarize with the new tasks included in the new Gender Action Plan. You see on the screen the agenda for this short webinar. After my introduction, there will be the core business, let's say, of the webinar, how the GAP has to be implemented, and then we will shift to the indicators and how to report and the template we prepare for you for reporting on the thematic priorities of the Gender Action Plan. I will come back on the institutional culture shift, and Benedetta will present you the resource package we prepare for helping you in supporting the mainstreaming of gender equality in whatever activities your delegation is implementing. And finally, we will close with what are the next steps for our cooperation. So we will like to ask you a feedback, just a small record, a feedback tomorrow by email, simply writing me an email. This is the first webinar that DEVCO organized, so it would be very helpful to let us know what do you think about it, if it's useful, what can be improved. So please be constructive. Critics are welcome, but the constructive ones, please. We'll start with, so why we decided to organize this webinar. This is not the only initiative we are promoting for disseminating the action plan and its implementation. The expectation at top level are very high on this Gender Action Plan. Both Commissioner Mimica and the High Representative Vice President Mogherini are very supportive, they are very attentive, and they intend to follow up the implementation of the action plan, including with some specific measures. For the first time, this action plan applies to all regions in the world, including in enlargement countries, for instance, and in fragile and conflict situations. And for the first time, it involves all policies, all external relations of the EU, meaning it applies to development, neighborhood, but also trade policy, for instance, humanitarian aid included. You probably already read the action plan. Just to remind you, there are 3 thematic priorities, which are fighting against violence against women and girls, promoting their socio-economic rights, and increasing their voice and participation in social and political decision-making process. We have to pursue these 3 thematic priorities in our cooperation, whatever initiative we are carrying out. This needs a shift in the culture of our organization, meaning that the gender perspective has to be integrated in whatever we are doing and cannot be the task of only few of us, meaning us, the gender focal person. Each colleague in each sector is supposed to include the gender perspective in whatever he or she is doing. This is what the cultural shift priorities is supposed to support, and we, the gender focal person, we are supposed to be the facilitator of this process, not the only one in charge of it. As I said, our management is very committed. Mimica Mogherini sent a letter to your head of delegation to raise their attention on the Gender Action Plan and on the role that they have in implementing it. But also our Director General is going to send a video message to the same head of delegation and head of operation, insisting on their accountability on the GAP implementation. And the same message will be given again in the March meeting at management level, the development days, I think are the first week of March. And we will insist to have a specific slot on gender equality and the GAP will be promoted again. So as I said, these are on the screen what is the main issues we will talk about during this webinar. I leave the floor to Marina, who's going to explain the process of the GAP implementation. Thank you very much and enjoy the webinar.